and he is kind enough to join us right now. Of course, we're talking to the one and only Joaquin Buckley, who's kind enough to stop by. Hello, Joaquin. How are you, my friend?
Hey, Ariel Hawani, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Congratulations on the win. A hard-fought battle, my man. Were you happy with it?
It was. I mean, I'm happy. I always want to finish, of course, but I feel like I did enough to get the win. I think that split decision bull crap was terrible. You know what I mean? I went back and watched the fight, and I just seemed like, I definitely beat him up for the first 2 rounds. I literally got tired, beat him up so bad, you know what I mean? So with my striking, with my footwork, and with my takedowns. So I don't know which judge gave him the fight, but, I feel like I really took that fight, you know what I'm saying, in both rounds. So it should have been a unanimous decision instead of a split.
Yeah, at the end of the day, you got the W. That's most important.
So that's all that matters.
It seemed to me like you correct me if I'm wrong, you kind of wanted to take him into deep waters because you noted that his wins usually come rather quick, so you wanted to test him out. So I would imagine you were kind of happy about going into the 3rd round, right, with him?
Yeah, I was happy. I just didn't like how it finished. He surprised me that he went for the takedown, you know what I mean? And actually made me a little bit more tired now that he put his body on top of me. And, it's just, the way that the fight ended, I just wasn't a big fan of, because I always want to end up on top, but for next time, I know, we'll do better. But for this fight right here, as long as he didn't finish me and that he didn't knock me out, that's all that we needed. So it didn't happen. So that was good.
By the way, where are you right now, Joaquin?
What's up? I'm at the PI.
Oh, you're at the PI in Vegas?
I'm at the UFC PI. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I never noticed that ceiling before. Who's watching you? Is it people watching you over your shoulder? What's going on over there? Spies? Who's that dude?
No, ain't nobody watching me. They got, I guess, UFC embedded going on for the next fight between Makhachev and Green. So he was just in here.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
What's up to Makhachev? So obviously you create a lot of buzz for yourself with the Dale Brown inclusion into the corner. Where did you come up with this idea? How did this happen?
So I'm gonna start from the very beginning.
Please.
Shout out to my man Charles Johnson, Energy. He's the LFA champion on 125 flyweight. But when I went down to Michigan, he had picked me up and we were just talking. And he had brought Dale Brown, Commander Brown, from D.U.S.T, Detroit. And he was speaking about him. He was like, man, it'd be cool to actually do a video with him and little stuff like that. And I was like, yeah, bro, that's actually a good idea. So and eventually just took, his little advice and his little mention and his little idea. And we end up, posting that video. And I didn't think it'd actually get the type of just pretty much exposure that it did. And, all the people was just commenting and all the people was posting on the articles and, certain MMA news spots and news companies was posting about it. So I realized, oh, this is a big deal. You know what I mean? So then eventually we just started brainstorming. What if I put this man in my corner? You know what I'm saying? What type of impact would that make? You know what I mean? So right after that, history was made, on February 19th.
And when did you reach out to him? Like, how long ago did you ask him to be in your corner?
Right after we got done with the video and everything started blowing up the way it did, I reached out to him, was like, hey, would you be cool with, being in my corner? And he was like, yeah, I think we'll pretty much blow up the internet, which we did.
Yeah.
And that went crazy.
Oh, it was great. It was a brilliant idea. So he was down from the get-go. He had no issues.
He was down from the get-go, yeah. And, Dale Brown, shout out to him, man, cool dude. He gets a lot of, negativity about, the things that he's doing, but he's legit, man, been in the self-defense and security game for like 26 years, was a military paratrooper. So, he know what he's talking about. You know what I mean? He's been in the game for a minute.
You went to his school, right? That video that you shot, where was that?
Yeah. That was down in Detroit. I forget. Okay. I think it's near 8 Mile, down in Detroit. But yeah. So his gym is open to anybody that wants to come in, that wants to come and learn. You know what I mean? So he doesn't turn away anybody. So a lot of fighters that's talking about they want to beat them up or, you know what I mean? They want to test these stab tactics. Yeah, I can go see them. It's easy. Just go down there, go to Detroit, man. And you know what I mean? But you got to pay that money, though.
That's right.
You're there, that bread.
That's right.
And just coming there for free.
And so when you, because I saw the video where he's showing you some stuff, could you actually use these things in the street? Like now that you've actually learned some of the stuff, is it legit? What do you think?
Oh yeah. I mean, you could definitely use these in the streets. You know what I mean? Whatever it takes. You know what I mean? Whatever you got to do to get yourself out of a certain situation. Yeah. You know what I mean? So eye gouge. You know what I mean? Elbow manipulation with like joint manipulations and stuff like that. All those things, those will work in the actual fight. Yep. Definitely when you're talking about somebody that never trained. in combat, you know.
Right. So
Yeah.
your fight was on Saturday. When did he get to Vegas for fight week?
I believe Thursday. Yeah,
Okay.
Thursday he had showed up. Yeah.
And did he tell you anything like in the back? Was he actually coaching you, or was it more, as you said, to get some attention on the fight?
I mean, it was really just to get some attention, but he did give me some good advice. You know, it was more like mental. You know what I mean? Just telling me that I have more commitment than the fighter that is fighting me, and that I just put in more work, and just to realize that what he's trying to take away from you, you know what I'm saying, is your life. You know what I mean? So you gotta have that mentality. Like, he just doesn't want to take, whatever, like this win. He actually want to take your life away from you. You know what I'm saying? So pretty much the way that you're trying to build your future, he's trying to remove all of that and, pretty much rewrite history. So
I love
like,
it.
yeah, forget all that. You know what I mean? So we work too hard to be in a position where we at.
Did he say anything to you in between rounds?
No. He kept it,
Yeah.
he let my coach do his job, which is Joaquin Buckley. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So yeah. Shout out to Mercy Pressure.
And will you have him in your corner for future fights now?
I mean, it all depends on his time, you know what I mean? Because he's a busy guy, bro. Like, he's getting hit up from all different celebrities like DJ Khaled, Snoop Dogg. So he's a busy guy, you know what I mean? So whenever we line up, we'll line up. You know, so, but we're really not planning on it though. Yeah.
Okay. I noticed that you said in the post-fight interview, like, you felt like the fight wasn't being promoted enough, so you had to take things into your own hands. What did you feel wasn't being done? And there's so many UFC fights, right? It's every weekend.
Right.
You felt like enough of the spotlight wasn't being shown on you right now?
I mean, well, you see us now, you know what I mean? So the last time you spoke to me was when I did what I did against Emperor, you know what I mean? Unfortunately, I took my L. I messed up. I did my own hiccup, and I lost to Alessio, and I didn't get no coverage. I didn't get no promotion. So I'm thinking like, all right, once I bounce back with another KO win, everybody's going to be in my DMs. As soon as I knocked out Antonio Arroyo, I got no love. I ain't getting no interviews from nobody, not want to talk to me. So I'm like, damn, all I thought I had to do was knock people out, and they'll be right back to talk to me again. So now I'm like, okay, what can we do now, or what's the next step to get more exposure this time? You know what I mean? So before even the Dale thing happened, I've been promoting on Instagram, been doing videos, been doing mini documentaries and stuff like that. And I realized I got more engagements, and my numbers had went up just for me being consistent and just having new videos popping up, because people really want to know who I am, where I come from, what my story is, and stuff like that. But it was actually better because they don't get that information nowhere else. So they got to come to the source. You know what I'm saying? So I got a lot of that. And I realized, because you can see your insights, if you got a professional page, if you got that blue check mark, you can see your insights. And I realized how many people actually come to my page, how many people look, how many people actually pretty much engage their impressions on my page and stuff like that. And I realized, okay, cool. If I just stay consistent with this, I can start building my page up more. And, you know what I mean, I can actually start monetizing and start getting back more attention, because that's all I'm trying to get. I'm trying to get people to pay attention to my career. So when I fight, people are more tuned in for it, So the Dale thing was actually just pretty much a cherry on top of what I've already been doing.
It's very smart. Very, very smart.
Yes,
It's the world of promoting, and you have to promote yourself. If no one else is going to promote you, you got to take it into your own hands. I remember when I spoke to you the first time, you talked about your job at Walgreens that you were very happy with, but you're not there anymore. Yeah. After the Alessio fight, you dropped that, right?
Well, after I got knocked out, you know what I'm saying, put bad on ABC, I said, yeah, I probably got to, because in my mentality, you know what I mean, I didn't want to just rely on UFC checks in order to get money. Yeah, UFC checks are good and all, but they're not consistent. You know what I mean? So I was just like, hey, having an extra check, even if it comes from Walgreens, that's cool. You know what I mean? But me not realizing that I'm taking time away from my actual training and from my actual career as a fighter, because a lot of these guys that are fighting, you know what I mean, even if they're not that good, they're staying consistent with their training, and they're making sure they're working on them little things and them little basic, subtle techniques, whatever, to be better in the next fight that they have. You know what I mean? So Alessio is not better than me, but he was more prepared that night than I was. You know what I'm saying? So I realized if I want to become a full-time fighter and I want these full-time results, I'm going to have to train full-time, period. You know what I mean? So, yeah, after that Alessio loss, I pretty much quit my job at Walgreens, and just thought about pursuing more on, like, what is the next step to become a full-time fighter and a professional fighter at that, So I moved from St. Louis and I went to Michigan, and I'm staying with the homeboy Justin Hardy, who's my conditioning coach as well at the Human Performance Institute, and pretty much been grinding full time, and I'm starting to get full-time results now, which is good.
You also train in Vegas too, right?
Yeah, I trained in Vegas just to get used to like the air here.
Yeah.
It's different when you fight in a different area, and also just get connections with different people and different fighters. And then also they have the PI out here, obviously the UFC PI Performance Institute, which my body was a little banged up, so I really need some attention because we really been working hard, coming up to this fight.
So do you feel like a different
that's the only
fighter?
reason why I came out to Vegas.
Now that you do this full time and you don't have the other job, do you feel like a different fighter in training? Do you feel like a different fighter in the gym?
Let me ask you a question, Ariel. Do I look like a different fighter?
I mean, what do you mean by look?
Yes or no? The way I fight, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I mean, you get more comfortable. I mean, honestly, you looked great before. If I'm being 100% honest, you looked great before.
I appreciate that. You know what I mean? A lot of people just have that notion that I only move forward, that I only throw crazy shots. Right. You know what I mean? Like, I never got the thing about being a good fighter, just a powerful fighter. You know what I'm saying? But I think people are actually starting to see that, I got fight IQ, you know what I mean? I work well under pressure, and that I can definitely take a shot, because a lot of people think my chin is pretty bad. You know what I mean? I can take shots too, but I wasn't fully prepared when I fought those fights, when I did get finished by Kevin Holland and by Alessio, because I wasn't a full-time fighter. I was doing other things, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, when I got signed to fight Kevin Holland, I was coming off a fight already, and then and including, so not even having time to prepare for Kevin Holland, I was still working a full-time job.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? No choice but to work a full-time job. Like, I couldn't just be like, I got to call off this time real quick. You know what I mean? So all those things I was dealing with, I wasn't able to prepare the correct way in order to get those dubs. But now that we got the time and now that we got the money, we can do all the things that we need to do.
I was going to ask you about that. Do you feel like you can live comfortably with just having this one source of income?
No. So that's where the social media comes from. I still feel like I got to work. I still feel like I got to grind and put myself in a position where, I don't need the UFC checks, you know what I'm saying? And then we can negotiate certain numbers when we get there, but we're not there yet.
Okay.
So we're working on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
The knockout of Impa, which was, in everyone's mind, including my own, the knockout of the year, one of the greatest knockouts in UFC history. Is that kind of like a blessing and a curse, in that blessing that it got you on the scene, everyone, but you kind of want to try, now there's like this expectation and you want to try to top. No, it's not.
No.
Okay. All right.
No. It's a blessing and it lives on. Like, that knockout goes nowhere.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Once my career is over, once I'm dead and gone, that knockout stays here. And that's my biggest thing, is just having that longevity and having that name to live on. So I'm glad it happened. And it also started, when I knocked him out, it gave me attention and it showed people like, okay, who Joaquin Buckley is, and the name at least, you know what I'm saying? So that's the hardest thing a fighter can do, is build a name. I had it. So now it's time to create it and build it more, you know what I'm saying, and expand it and see what we can do with it later down, the future.
And do you don't feel any kind of pressure to try to top it, to try to do something, like Pettis had the Showtime kick, and then, there's always that expectation to try to top. You never think that way, right?
No. We just in a state of flow when we fight. So whatever happens, you know what I mean, it's going to be spectacular. You know what I mean, but I never force it because I'm just an exciting fighter, period, and I'm creative at all times. So, I know that moment will happen again. Like I said, it wasn't my first time. Like, people thought that was my first time being on top 10 for, knocking out Impa. But I was on top 10 before for Bellator, for doing my little rampage slam. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, and people never thought I'd be on there again. I did it again. People thought we wouldn't go viral again. I did it again.
You did?
Yeah. February 19th. So it's just, we working, baby. You know what I'm saying? We working.
And by the way, like, you hold, honestly, people like me, I talked to you after the Impa fight, and now you say I don't talk to you, for a couple of fights. And like, you hold a grudge. You're like, yeah, where you been? Now all of a sudden, do you hold a grudge?
It's like when you ask me about Tyrone Woodley, you know what I mean? It's nothing personal, bro. Uh-huh. It's just business. You know what I mean? Right then and there, the attention wasn't put on me. People really wasn't focused on me because they thought, Joaquin not washed up, but he's not as good as we thought he was. You know what I'm saying? That's my fault. I did that. I can't be mad, but now I got to figure out what can I do to bring the attention back on me and then have people respect me after the fight, in which I think people do. I wish I would have got the finish, it is what it is. He was working hard as well not to get finished. That was the hardest, I believe, that what's my boy name? Razak Alhassan was probably working. He changed camps. He went to a different team. You know what I mean? His cardio did get better because he was able to wrestle in the third round, which shocked me. It surprised me, I tell you that. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, he did a good job on his end. So at the end of the day, you know what I mean? I got the eyes back on me, and I got people paying attention. And now you see that we back on your show. So I have no grudge, baby.
Okay.
And plus, you doing your thing too, Ariel. And I love what you're doing too.
Respect.
Keep going.
Two last things. You and Woodley, did you guys ever clear the air or after all that or no?
We never, like I said, there's no issues.
Okay.
No problem,
All right.
No beef. Like one more try to fight my man.
No. I just thought maybe putting it out there, maybe he reached out something, say come train or whatever, but
no. He told me, he said congrats on my win on Instagram.
Yeah.
So, you know, he showed love in that manner. I think because I shouted him out in my post interview talking about I'm gonna beat his ass.
Yes.
In one of my interviews, whatever, and you know what I'm saying, they was like channeling my Tyrone Woodley. So, you know, it is what it is, bro. St. Louis here, bro. You know, St. Louis is here. Yeah.
You gave your opponent on Saturday, Abdul Razak Alhassan, a card on Friday. What was the card? Was it a Valentine's Day card?
It was I don't know. It was I think it was a sympathy card or something. Get well card. It was something like that.
Okay.
But it had like a little dog in the front. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, you know, sorry things got so rough. And it's dog and rough. You know,
Gotcha.
But what I wrote in the card was, I beat your ass. I'm gonna beat your ass.
Oh,
yeah. So I ain't gonna lie to you, right? His reaction was hilarious because he just started bugging up. You know what I'm saying? As soon as he read it and opened it, and everybody that he showed and stuff. So it was, you know, it was a good little moment.
All right.
You know, it went viral for the UFC. So yeah,
I like the way you think, my man. When do you want to return?
I still got time. We just got a nice little check.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying, from the UFC. So I got time. I want to spend time with my son, Isaiah. And when they come calling, we'll be ready.
Anyone you want?
We'll be ready.
Anyone that comes to mind?
I got a couple names.
What you got?
Trust me, bro. I got a couple.
What do you got?
But I only want to fight. See, at this point now, it's just all about business, right?
Okay.
I don't want to fight nobody that only got like 10,000, 30. You could be a good fighter, but if you ain't got your numbers up, I don't want to fight you. You either got to have the same followers as me or more. That's it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Because at this point, it's not about trying to prove how tough I am. Y'all know how tough I am. I done gave y'all 6 fights. They know how tough I am. Now it's about fighting the right people that's going to help me build my platform even further, you know? And that's what I'm looking for.
Do you want to share any of these names?
I got a couple names. Huh?
You want to share any of these names?
Huh? I ain't about to say nothing. Nah,
right.
bro. We keep that on the wraps, bro.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Okay. How many numbers do you got? What are your followers at?
I just gained like 15,000 before. So hold on, Matt. I'm glad you brought that up. You know what I'm saying? So I had lost a couple thousand followers when I was posting my little videos and everything. And I think I was at like 129,000. At first I was at 130,000, whatever. But anyways, I was able to gain that back 10,000 before the UFC even helped promote me for this fight. Before they even helped me promote.
Yeah.
And then after that, I gained an extra 5 after my win.
Okay. All right. So we're at what, like 145 or something?
Say again?
What are you at, like 145 now?
Yeah, 145.
All right. Okay. So
Yep. So I was able to gain 15,000 followers, which is a good thing, you know what I'm saying? In a short amount of time. But I seen that me promoting myself on my own, what I was able to gain.
Yeah.
And then I got the UFC help. And then I won, and then I gained that extra little 5.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? So the numbers are still gonna go up on its own. But I'm just saying the consistent work that I put in is gonna pay dividends, you know, at the end of the day.
So to any fighter out there who wants to fight Joaquin, 145 or don't even come talking to us. Okay.
Your numbers up.
All right. Congrats, man.
Big facts, man.
That was great stuff. Great win. Hard fought battle. And I loved what you did with Commander Brown.
Before you let me go, though,
yeah.
Before you let me go, I gotta say this one thing.
Please.
You know, if y'all listening to this right now, if you guys want to see me fight more often, I need y'all support, because y'all support and following me, and then, you know, buying my merchandise and everything like that. Me having those checks is gonna help me be able to fight even harder for these next little fights. You know what I mean? Because that support will help me with my training camps, will help me with my nutrition, will help me with my video content. So everything will get better with the more supporters I have. So please go follow me. on New Mansa 94. That's my Instagram page. And then also on my TikTok, New Mansa UFC, and also my YouTube page, Joaquin Buckley Official. You know what I mean?
Damn, look
and
at
also
you.
got my website coming out tomorrow, and y'all can purchase your own D.U.S.T merchandise, and Solid Foundation. It's a nice little collab that we got going on. So make sure y'all get that. But I appreciate the love, Ariel Hawani, and I know y'all busy, so I'm gonna let y'all go.
You're the man. You're the man, Joaquin. Congratulations. Keep doing your thing, my man.
Thank you.
All right, there he is, Joaquin Buckley with a big win and a great lesson, honestly, for a lot of people out there getting into the fight game. A very good lesson, which is you got to promote yourself. You got to promote yourself. It's very important.